too much. 5 and 6 of Young Famous African season 3. We catch an Ashawo red-handed. Somebody comes to make amends. Someone is running from marriage. Someone has lost their mind. Like, therapy is the word. One person knows they need help. The other person appears to be in denial. We're going to get right into it. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. This is a great point to pause and subscribe and hit the post notification bell so you'll be notified when I post episode 7 and 8. And we wrap this season up. This season has been a lot. It's paining me, okay? So y'all, first we're gonna get right into it. So we are wrapping up Nadia's madness. So remember in episode 4, at the end, Nadia was pissed off at the party. Nadia's upset. It's her womb. She going through it. Fantana not going through it. Diamond not going through it. She's going through it. She's involved. They need to answer to her. This is her problem. This girl, it's just too much. How dare you take him to the side, Swanky? Y'all have a little side conversation. This is unacceptable. Then Nadia decides she's leaving. She's had enough. She's leaving. Nah. If y'all don't want to talk to me about it, if y'all don't want to check and drag Diamond, I'm out of here. So Fantana over there outside. Swanky pulls them outside. Swanky telling Diamond that, look, I don't mind y'all having fun. I'm not in your business. But if you want her to have your baby, because Diamond is all excited about this baby, you need to can go to Ghana and see her people and do this the right way. Because, yeah, that's what it's going to be. Diamond talking about he want the baby, but he don't do all that. I don't do that. I'm not ready for that. So you're not ready for that, but you're ready for a baby. You're very mad. Diamond, Platnumz, what? It's not going to work. It's not going to work. While they're trying to sort their issues out, Ini is like, well, since y'all ask questions, y'all ask all up in my surrogacy business, let me ask Haley and Naked, what's tea about? You guys are married, right? And Naked it just gives the same old scary, why do we need to confront? Why do we need to get locked into the bondage of a marriage? And he just acts oblivious to the fact that why would she want to get married? Y'all been together for 4 years. Like, of course she wants to get married. I get why he doesn't want to get married. Like, she's young. She hasn't been through 2 divorces. She doesn't have any children. So you knew that, and apparently she said that he was talking about marriage and kids when he got with her. So why are you dragging your feet? Like, clearly she's all out for you. She's all about you. Like, get it together. It's Ini's point and also my perspective. Granted, don't push him, rush him to do anything he doesn't want to do. But he's claiming that he wants to do it, but don't rush him. He'll do it. He'll get there when he gets there. So it's give and go with the flow, but in a relationship. Nonsense. I don't know about it. So Fantana goes upstairs with Diamond to finally take this pregnancy test that Nadia is losing her mind.
Oh my God!
She's driving Nadia mad with this pregnancy test. Nadia go crazy because she don't want her to be pregnant. Like, of course, that would be literally the worst thing. So she go take the pregnancy test. Diamond is so excited. Diamond is he's just one of those guys. You know those guys that I don't know where they live, what world they live in, what bubble they created for themselves where they're just like, oh, more babies, babies, babies. Okay, I'm never going to give you a commitment. I'm never going to be faithful. I'm never going to tell you the truth. I'm going to keep trying to talk to people in your circle. I'm just going to keep, doing my shenanigans, but they really be wanting a baby. Like, not upset at all. Like, so she takes the pregnancy test. Praise God. Hallelujah. She not pregnant. Right? So she come out, she's excited, she not pregnant. Diamond is disappointed, distraught. Maybe this means we're not supposed to be together because you're not pregnant. Hello? Sir, are you okay? Like, that's the manipulation. Because a woman, like, imagine if she was pregnant, a woman would really, oh, he wants me, he's gonna be, no, he's not, girl. No, he's not. So then Lewis and Shakib go, hang out, eat, whatever, right? So basically, Shakib shares that he just feels really bad about the surrogacy thing. It's like she wanted to go have a baby with Diamond and doesn't have a baby with him. Feels really, really bad about that. But also he knows that Diamond lies. Like, he says he takes him as his boy, but he be lying. So he's not really trusting what he says. He's trying to trust his wife. I think he kind of believes his wife. But also, Diamond does lie a lot. So, I mean, I get it. So then he checks in on Luis, and Luis, he knows that he pretends to be okay, but he's not really okay with his situation with his family being estranged from his family. So basically, his family is in a religion. I don't know. He didn't say which religion, but he was excommunicated from their church because he did a sex scene on a Big Brother Nigeria. Because he's been excommunicated, his family can't talk to him. No one can speak. And I remember on another episode, he had said that the only way for him to go I think actually that's on this episode. He says the only way for him to go back basically is if he leaves the entertainment business altogether and then just completely is just for their church. And he's like, he can't do that. And because he won't do that, his family won't speak to him, won't have any contact. They haven't had any contact. And I just feel like I've heard situations like that. I don't understand that. There's nothing godly about that to me. There's nothing Christ-like about that. I think that's crazy. But he says he understands because that's all his family knows. But do you want to be a part of that kind of church anyway? Like, what kind of church can't speak to your son? Is there not a thing called forgiveness? Is there grace? Are you God? You're not. So, but it is really, really sad. He can't talk to his family and he's so desperate for the surrogacy thing because he wants some type of family for himself. So then Shakib is on his way to a boys' poker night. And Zari is driving him there, like drop him off there. Zari's pissed that Shakib basically kind of set her up. I don't think that intentionally, but I do think he wanted to take her by surprise. That he brought her in front of Diamond and tried to figure out like who said what about this surrogacy thing, and she looked like she was lying. Sorry, she changed her story many times. Diamond seemed like he was telling the truth, and I think she's pissed about that she felt like she was being brought to the principal's office. She felt so embarrassed in front of Diamond and all of that, and I will agree that's very embarrassing. Like, even if I'm lying, it's like, deal with me in the house, handle me in the house. You don't bring me in front of my ex who like is already kind of looking at it some type of way and make me look like the liar. You need to be a united front, one man, one sound. So especially a marriage, so I agree with her with that. But Shakib was also like, I wanted to clear it up because you're not being clear and because you have done these things to make me feel insecure. She's like, you're making Diamond feel too big. You need to stop acting insecure and all this. Like, I'm not an insecure person, but you're making me feel insecure with things that you do. What do I do? You know what you do. She done got Shakib upset. Shakib ain't raised his voice, ain't raised his temper, nothing this whole time. Zari, leave it to the wife. Like, child. She's the one that brought up Diamond. She was basically saying, if you see Diamond at the poker night, can you please not ask him about this stupid surrogacy thing? And Shakib is like, why are you bringing up Diamond? Okay, just drop me off and go day your day. So they have that argument. Does not end well. She calls him a narcissist. Like, you're acting bipolar with the shot and the scream. Like, girl, you literally shout and scream at everyone, and then you calm down, then you shout again, then you calm down, then you shout again. Like, really be calming down. Shakib is literally the most even-tempered, cool, calm person, and he's shouting because his wife has had inappropriate dealings a little bit with her ex. Like, he's been way too calm in this entire situation. Like, he has the patience of God. So he goes to the poker night. So then they go to the poker night and basically, they kind of get it naked about what are you gonna do with Kaylee. Not Shakib, what's his voice? Lewis is asked by Diamond about Kefi. Lewis said, I did really, really like her, but she made it very clear that she wants an older guy. I guess Diamond is younger too. Like, he's around their age. Diamond is like, when she said that, she didn't say that to me the other day though. She didn't say that to me. Like, I'm different. She didn't say that to the kid type. And Louis is like, she's not gonna want you, bro. Kefi's different though. Shout out to being different. Shout out to not falling for Diamond. Like, oh my God, wake up, stand up. Diamond basically like, I can get her. You got your ways. It don't work for you. My ways are gonna work for me. Naked is slick defending Diamond and all of his shower ways. And you want to be like Diamond? Because I don't understand why you defending him. You just want to be single. You don't want to be. Why are you keeping Kaylee in the house for 5 years? When are you gonna marry her? Naked is like, who said that? I didn't want to marry her. Who said I didn't want commitment? But if she wants marriage right now and I'm not ready to give it to her, call her on the phone. If she wants to leave, she can go. Do you really want her to go? Like, because we see later on clearly you didn't really want that. So why are you talking big shit? Like, stop, don't do that. I don't know why some men do that. You care. Act like you care even in front of your boys. Cut it out. So then we move to Ini. Ini's trying to have the ladies over for a tea, right? Since Annie's out of town, she's trying to get to know the ladies. So she's hosting tea, giving the sickening pink and green, lime green outfit. She was having some lace issues, but she had a hat to cover it up. So, she had the South African green game. She first decides to call Annie because she's like, okay, let me find out what's going on with Annie first before I have these girls over. So she calls Annie and he's like, oh my God, so happy to see you, sis, yes. Right? Annie's like, girl, where are you at? She's like, I'm so sorry. I can't believe you're in South Africa and I'm not there. She's like, yes, what's going on? Like, I heard, what's going on with these girls? And he's like, how did they greet you? She's like, they greet me well. Everybody was cool. But I heard that there's some things happening. People have some issues with you. Like, what's going on? Tell me your side of the story. Annie is just basically out the gate. I didn't do nothing wrong. What's their problem? What's everyone else's problem? Like, Annie, it can't be everyone else's problem. Come on. Just tell her like she's asking you straight up. So Annie kind of starts to like mention certain things that they've mentioned. I heard it was something with Swanky. I heard it was something with this person. I heard it started at Zari's wedding. And Annie's just like, well, you know, now you're telling me you're not. So I guess Annie expected Annie to just hear the story fresh from her, but you're not there. So definitely she's going to hear. And then she didn't accuse you of anything. She's literally just asking you. So Annie is a little frustrated, gives Annie a little bit of two. But then they just decide that it's better that we just talk whenever you get back in town. We'll just have that conversation in person. It's all good. Love you. Catch you later, right? So then the girls come for tea. You know, everyone's just kind of to chat. Zari makes a little shady comment about Fantana's outfit. What else is new? Annie asks about Zari's husband, like, how's, you know, your husband? How's everything going? She's like, he's great, but girl, like him and the surrogacy thing, him and letting Diamond bother him. I looked so crazy when he was like questioning me in front of Diamond. Like, that looked so crazy, really pissing me off. And I know Diamond feels so good about it. He's just standing there like he's really affected us. He's really bothering us, and it's just pissing me off. And then Fantana's like, girl, I don't know how you did it. And she's like, yeah, you see why I left Diamond now? Like, we were together, but he was all over the place. Like, I couldn't do it, right? So then Annie kind of informs everybody about Annie and their call, and she basically says that she's not there to invalidate their feelings. She's not there to just, you know, stick up for Annie, but she's just to say, like, have some empathy, try to understand why she's behaving this way, why she's reacting this way, and we can come to like a agreement or some type of resolution, essentially, right? She's not trying to interfere, but she's also trying to like have some empathy. Like, she's a nice girl. She can be a nice, sweet person, but she also has her demons, things that she struggles with. She's not perfect, right? Everybody else is kind of like, okay, we'll be nice, we'll be empathetic, except for Nadia. Nadia is just, I guess because Nadia is going through her own stuff, Nadia is just has a very low tolerance for anything from Annie, because I understand why Zari would be really pissed at Annie. I understand why Swanky would be really pissed at. I don't get why Nadia is just so like, Annie just did the worst thing to her. She called you a witch. You called her a witch back. Like, I don't get it. Is it because she called you a witch first? Is it because she called you a witch while you were wearing white? I really am trying to understand what is this big, huge, crazy thing that Annie did to you. So I'm just guessing Nadia feels like she's already going through a lot. She's grieving, and that was the absolute worst time for Annie to treat her that way and speak to her that way. And that I guess when she tried to check her at Kefi was thing, Annie was dismissive. So she's just holding a grudge. I don't know. She's not like a forgiving, like she holds on to things that to me is not a big deal. Like, I don't know. She's very temperamental. Like, I don't know. It's a lot. So she's the only person that's just like, no, I will never. Like, I don't know. It's weird. So then Nadia goes to meet Kefi to kind of check in on her. They haven't seen her in a while. So Kefi basically briefs her about the shady comment that Zari made when they were on that safari, about her marriage being fake or being for social media, about addressing stuff to blogs after she had like this big touching moment. And Nadia's like, yeah, Zari can say things to get under your skin, and sometimes she might just be talking, but she doesn't understand how she comes off. Zari knows. I think Zari doesn't care how she comes off. And so Kefi is like, yeah, I'm good on Zari, basically. We see how that unfolds later. So then Luis invites Ini and Kaylee over to his house, you know, just to get to know them better. I've noticed that a lot of them are doing like these smaller groups to kind of get to know people instead of the big larger groups. So I think that's their version of put me to the side. But so he invites Ini and Kaylee over. They have small chit chat, and then Luis brings up again surrogacy. And Inieto has done so many things that you said you can relate to. Like, why is this the only thing you want to talk about? Like, I get it, but like, bro, oh my God, with this surrogacy thing. It's enough. And you could tell she's fresh, she's annoyed, but she still obliges him. She still answers. She still kind of gives her point of view and still empathizes with him and what he's going through and his loneliness and the emptiness. And then they also kind of touch on Kaylee feeling like Naked isn't serious about her, doesn't take their relationship seriously, about marriage. Louis said he does. She's like, he ain't telling me that. So y'all, then to round up episode 5, Diamond gonna ask Kefi out to dinner. I want to meet up with you. I want to know you. He about to try his move. Mind you, he's still dealing with Fantana. So Kefi agrees to come. They chit chat and he gazing into her eyes, trying to do the diamond, trying to give her the Platnumz. And she's like, oh, okay, well, you know, I've invited a special guest here. Guess who the special guest? Fantana, baby. Fantana. Red hand. And that's how episode 5 ends. And that's very good for Diamond. That's what you get. That's what you receive. That's what you deserve, because you played too much. I don't know why. My thing is like, it's just so messy, so sloppy. Even the social media thing, like, you know she's gonna see social media. Ridiculous. And Fantana looks pissed. Like, Fantana looked like a wife that caught her husband. I don't know why, because it's giving like city girl, city boy play. But I guess she don't like being played by the city boy. I don't know. Shout out to Keffy not having it. Shout out to Keffy not falling for the sweet mouthy talk. It's really only Fantana that's falling for the nonsense, to be sincere. I mean, Nadia was about to too, but... So then we go into episode 6, right? So episode 6, Diamond is fumbling over his words. Diamond is caught. He's sweating. He looks red. She's like, I said that we were just smashing. Fantana's like, I don't discuss you that way. I don't tell people you're one of my tricks. I don't tell people that you're just any old guy that, off the street. So don't refer to me that way. Don't talk about me that way. That's very disrespectful. Like, watch your mouth. I'm like, ooh. She said, I know what we doing, but you ain't got to say it like that. Girl, I guess they got city boy, what is it? Honor amongst thieves, honor amongst city people, child. So she didn't want him to do her, handle her like that. So she's pissed. She not having it. She not feeling it at all. He looks so embarrassed, so red-handed, so pissed at Keffy. And Keffy is like, no work here is done, period. Well done. Well done. So we move to Zari and Shakib. They make up and basically agree to no longer address it, just ignore Diamond. And Zari also says that she heard that Annie's back in town and that she really wants to see Annie. She also had mentioned at T that she still wants to get to know Annie. Everybody's confusion because it's like, don't you know her by now? But Zari still wants to give Annie another chance. She still wants to get to know why she behaves the way she does and if there's something going on with her. So Zari is very much open, which I think is like nice. Like, it is, their relationship is very bipolar, but it's also, I feel like they understand each other. You know, they both have school, like they're both a little in a nice way. So then we move to Annie on a plane on the way back. And Annie basically explains that she had a health scare. She was in the hospital when she was back home. And that it made her, I guess, kind of wake her up. She had like a revelation. And she sent a message to everyone apologizing for anything she may have done. Also kind of said that all of them shouldn't be so quick to dismiss or have issues with each other because they never know what the other is going through. Everyone seemed to receive it okay, except for Nadia. It seemed like the apology kind of did give, I'm sorry, but. So Nadia wasn't feeling that. Nadia didn't care. Nadia basically said, we're all going through stuff. That's no excuse for the way they treated everybody. Sorry for your health scare, but girl, bye. I said, well, I think Nadia just wants genuine, like, I'm sorry. Period. I think that's what Nadia wants from Annie. And I think Annie thinks that Nadia's issue is not big enough for her to have as much energy for her. Because I agree, but I can also understand from Nadia's perspective, she's like, I'm not moving on until I get a real apology from you. I don't care that it was small. You disrespected me and I want an apology. And I think Annie's like, girl, please. Like, I will apologize to you, but not with all of that. I think that's what it is. I think Annie would apologize if Nadia wasn't so... I think Nadia is too extra for Annie to apologize genuinely because I think it triggers her to be defensive. And I think Nadia is like, you warranted this because you triggered this response, so just apologize anyway. And I think that's the clash that they're having. Girl, oof. Yeah, they both gonna be waiting for each other. So Annie and Ini they finally have lunch. So they talk and he kind of says, yeah, they're all complaining. They're complaining. And Annie's like, well, if they don't complain about Annie, what else will they do, basically? And so Annie's like, really? After that message, after all of this, you know what's going on. Why are you still being defensive? Just tell me what happened, basically, instead of being defensive. She asked about what happened with Swanky. Like, you and Swanky were so tight. Like, what's going on with you? And Annie immediately is like, well, did you ask Swanky that, basically? Girl, I'm asking you, like, just answer the question. Like, what? Because I guess Annie feels like everybody is asking her, what did you do to Swanky? Because y'all were so tight. And not asking Swanky, why are you acting this way with Annie? Because y'all are so tight. Like, it's one-sided. Which is like, no, but you were at fault in this particular instance. He wasn't talking shit about you and to your friends. You were wrong in that moment. So just own that. They just kept going back and forth and she just very triggered. She starts talking about the voice note again. And he's like, girl, I don't care about the voice note. And he says she does also want to clear things with Zari because she just feel like genuinely she shouldn't have been talking like that at her wedding, that she did say her husband was young. And he said, if you say that at my wedding, I'll throw you out. Full stop. And true, that's not the thing you're supposed to be saying at someone's wedding. The man she's going to marry. So she says she does want to clear that and that's a good thing. So that's at least, some progress. Pushing forward. So then Diamond meets up with his boys again for tennis. This time he's sad. He's not doing, it didn't work out for you, Louis, but it's gonna work out. Egg on your face. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Okay? Listen. So Diamond goes to tell Naked that he got caught. Keffy called Fantana. He was so embarrassed. Like, there's nothing he could say. There's no way he could talk his way out of it. Like, he is so humiliated. Like, he really, really messed up. And so the other guys come. They tell them they're laughing. Not the original player, sucker. Right? So then, we get real serious. They sitting down, and Louis has a bone to pick with Diamond. Like, it was just so, I about to break out. Real tense. Louis was like, Shakib not gonna say it. He's not really gonna check you about it. But I picked up one or two things from what he said to me. I need you to stay away from his marriage. Whatever you're doing with texting his wife, I need you to stop. And you know what I'm talking about. I said, I'm like, is he talking about what happened at the party? Or he said, nah. He's like, no, that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about something else. So apparently Zari posted something online after that conversation, and Diamond didn't respond online because he doesn't want to go back and forth with her on social media. He'll be the bad guy. She'll be the good guy on social media because it's some of his kids. He argue with her online, but he sent her a text message, like a paragraph or something, saying something inappropriate or something like he did too much. Something to make Shakib uncomfortable. I guess. I don't know. Still saying that she's wrong, she's lying, she wants him, something like that. He's like, yeah, I need you to stop it. Like, just stay away from their marriage. Let them sort their marriage out. Just stop. You don't even want her like that for real. You're just spoiling their marriage. You just want power. It's a power move. And Naked is like, he thinks that Zari wants him. He's like, no, I don't think. No. Diamond is a cuckoo. He said, when I tell you, I know, I motherfucking know. He said, because he's a grown man and he knows. He said, and that's the problem. He said, that's what you like. You like as a married woman wanting you. He's like, I know. So I know she wants me. She loves me. Diamond, leave her alone. Let this lady be happy with her man. Oh my God. How you gonna say she wants you? Diamond is ridiculous. But he kind of slick agrees to leaving her alone. But he's still talking about she want me, which is crazy. Oh my God. So then finally Zari meets up with Annie. She goes to her place. Annie genuinely, sincerely apologizes for everything that she said, everything that she did to Zari, and really clocks and understands, like, if it was her and Zari did that at her wedding, she would have reacted the exact same way. And if her daughter was there listening to her, she's like, yeah, she's like she really understands what she's done wrong, and she's truly sorry. Zari accepts it, receives it, says, I love you for now. Like, girl, you know that relationship is like this. But they genuinely come to a resolve. I'm happy of it. I like their little up and down. I like it. So then Zari breaks the news that, well, what about you and Swanky? Because he's in the car. I told him that I'll call him when I'm ready. So she's like, oh. Right? Wow. Oh, shit. So she calls Swanky in. Swanky like, what am I doing here, girl? I was just supposed to drive here and go home. So Swanky comes in, and Zari basically is trying to facilitate some type of a resolve. Like, you guys are saying different things, but is there some way you guys can move forward? Swanky is like, you know what the issue is. Like, you were talking about me, and I don't appreciate it why you were talking about me. Like, I don't know why we couldn't just have moved on. My issue is just the Fantana thing. That you were going to go discuss me with Fantana and do all that she did. She did a lot. And he brings up the voice note again. Swanky is like, there was never a voice note that I said that I was on a phone call. It was like a 3-way phone call, or there was another phone. And he's like, no, you said you had it on your laptop. You brought a laptop. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you did. You said that Two-Face isn't going to survive. I do remember something like that, though. I'm going to watch that. You
know, the only reason I'm not going AWire with you right now is just because of your kids. Because it will be so embarrassing for them to hear your voice. And this is all the crazy things you had to say about Uncle Swanky.
They start arguing about that for a while. And then they just kind of come to a point where it's like, how can we move forward? Annie starts crying. She's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to fight with you anymore. Like, it's enough. It's just, and Swanky is like, I feel like we're fighting for our relationship. We're fighting for our relationship, fighting for our relationship. And it touches Annie because she's like, are we? Is there a relationship to fight for? It kind of hits her that, like, damn, okay. I feel that. Like, I feel like we can move on. That shows that there's still love there. She was like, I would never be fighting this way if I didn't love you. So they're like, okay, like, we can move forward. So they apologize. They move forward. They hug. Like, so then it's good. They move on. Peace. Oh my God, they make peace. Swanky's like, I don't want to lose out on my investment with Annie. You know, we've been through a lot together, and like, I'm just very empathetic, and I can move on from it, basically. Wonderful. Amazing. Then, y'all, we get to Naked. So kind of Annie asked Naked basically to get people to a party so she can make amends with them, or make amends with them, basically. And because if she was throwing the party, it felt like a lot of people wouldn't come because of the rift that they had. And so Naked lies to Nadia, Fantana, Zari, and probably Swanky. Basically says that it's his party. He wants to have a party to celebrate their accomplishments, and he doesn't say anything about Annie. They know Annie will probably be there, but he doesn't say that it's Annie's party that she's trying to have to speak to everybody. So Zari come, Zari good with her, Swanky good with her, and then Fantana comes. Fantana's like, where are my people? Why is Annie here? What's going on? I don't care to see Annie. I don't know why. I guess Fantana's taking on Nadia's beef. Okay, girl, like, shut up. You have your own problem. This is city girl almost pregnant with a city boy's baby. Like, girl, you have bigger fish to fry. Diamond comes, and then Swanky doesn't come yet. Fantana comes before Swanky and Nadia. So Swanky finally comes, and then Nadia comes. So Nadia comes, Innie's there, Keffy's there, everybody's there. Diamond said he wants to check Keffy, but we ain't gonna get to that part. Basically, Innie after everyone kind of mingles and talks, Nadia's just not feeling it. She's like, why are we faking? Why are we pretending with Annie? Like, she wasn't disrespectful to everybody. Has she properly apologized? She really talking about herself. She wants her to properly apologize to her because no one else has really that big of an issue. Fantana's taking on your issue. Swanky and her made up, Zari and her made up. So I think Nadia wants that same respect. She wants the same one-on-one, and she feels like Annie doesn't care enough to do that. So why am I here? No. I get it. I don't get the amount of energy she has towards it, because it's like, y'all are not close. So why all this vim? It's like, it's Swanky and her were close, and then they had that issue. So I understand his energy. What is your thing? That's why I think Nadia is simply having a hard time in general because of her loss. She's grieving. And then the Annie thing is like the straw that broke the camel's back. I think that's really what it is. I don't think it's really Annie. I think she just does not have the capacity to handle anything like that while she's going through what she's already going through, which is understandable, but don't make it like it's just Annie. It's not. You're going through something. So then Annie basically tries to clear the air. Hey, let's discuss it. So he's like, just discuss it, address her, let's address it. Annie has not said anything this whole time. She's kind of trying to just play it cold. And Nadia's over there just like steaming, boiling. Annie's like, Annie, I love you. Basically this is your opportunity to make amends with people. And Annie doesn't like that Annie beat her to the punch. Even though it didn't seem like she was going to do it, like they've been there for a while. She hadn't done it by herself. So Annie is like, you were never going to do that. Like, I'm helping you. Annie's like, you're fast forwarding me. You're trying to make it seem like I wasn't going to do it, and I wasn't going to do it, and now it's going to look like, which I kind of get that, because now it looks like you're forcing me to do it when I was already going to do it. So now it's not going to seem genuine. And I feel like Annie is like, just get to the point already. Like, if you want to apologize and get to it. Like, I'm trying to help you be cool with everybody. And like, you take it too long. And so I think Annie's pissed, like, why did I even try? Like, please. And Annie's like, why are you even talking to me like this? Because I think Annie is like a little bit older than Annie, and respect is a big thing where we're from. So she not liking Annie's tude. Like, I don't even know, all of this attitude. This isn't even my issue. This isn't even my problem. Right? You're the one that had these issues with these people, and I'm trying to help you, but my bad. I'll stay out of it. Swanky says, Naked, you need to apologize to Nadia for lying. He gives kind of like an apology, but like a light apology. Sorry for getting you here. Like, come on. Like, sorry, man. Like, he tries to kind of joke it off. And Nadia's like, no, like, I'm actually pissed. Like, so you're not taking it seriously. And that just sets her off. Like, y'all, this is bullshit. Why are we coddling this person? Why are we babying this person? Why are we enabling her? She needs to apologize. She's done so wrong to so many people, and we're over here enabling her and forcing people to be here. I don't need to be here in her presence at her party if she doesn't care enough to make things right with people. You have nothing to say, my nigga. I'm a real ass bitch. You don't know what it means. I'm going through the most. And she is. I'm going through the most, and I don't walk around in destruction. Girl.
Huh?
While she's in the thick of going crazy on everybody. Because it's like, Naked didn't mean it like that. Like, but she's going through her own thing. Like, maybe Annie was going through her thing. Hello, mirror. It's the Spider-Man thing pointing at each other. Like, hello. So she goes crazy on them, yelling, cursing, bitch, stupid witch. You called me a witch and a bitch. I'm not taking that. Don't. And then Annie tries to say, do you know how many things that I've heard you said about me? I don't think about you for 1 second one day if they say anything about you. I've never said nothing about you. I'm a real ass. Got nothing to say, my nigga. Like, going crazy. And Fantana asks, Fantana, you're doing nothing. Annie is already said she was scared before to say anything. Just like the energy is just too much. Annie's just like, when is this gonna end? So Annie leaves. Nigga say he disappointed in Annie because she couldn't just apologize. Like, Annie should have just bit the bullet and apologized. Honestly, like, just bite the bullet, apologize to everybody, be genuine, move on. That was the point, I thought. But she just drug it out, I guess, because everybody else was cool. It's really only Nadia that has the issue, and then Fantana attaching herself to the issue because, you know, that's her sin. But it was a mess. It was just a night terror. It was way too much. I think Nadia projected her own issues and just made whatever her and Annie have going much bigger. Like, you're not Swanky, you're not Zari, you're going through something, and then Annie insulted you a little bit. So I think they both need therapy. I think they both need to. Also, shout out to Annie. We support you on my channel. I'm sure you guys have heard by now the divorce between her and Two-Face. He announced it, embarrassingly so, which is crazy. Men will really leave you in the desert without water. Men will really stain your white. Two-Face definitely stained her white, but she will rise again, period. Annie, you have so much support. She sees all the support that she has online, and you can do this. This is if you guys go through with it. I'm not praying for divorce, you know, whatever God's will is, and ignore the nonsense. You are loved, you're supported, especially on this channel. Shout out to Annie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the post notification bell so you'll see episode 7 and 8. Woo! Child is more shouting, and they're finally pissed Ini off. We'll see what it's about. Oh Lord. But I will hit you guys later. Let me know what you think of this video. Please comment below. You guys aren't commenting anymore. Hello, have all the commenters left? Comment. I want to know what y'all think. Thumbs up the video. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.